Man, welcome to Bills United podcast, man. We calling this the off-season talk, man. We're gonna talk about what's going on around the league, what's going on within our team, man. No, there's no need for introduction because y'all already know who we are, right? So now with that being said, we're on a tight time schedule. So we finna get straight to the topics. You feel me? We finna get straight to the information. Yo, HB, quick question, man. Myles Garret or Max Crosby? Chances of becoming a Buffalo Bill. Thoughts on that?
So I think that Myles Garret just honestly has a better shot just because of the fact that we've been pushing for him for a while now, and money-wise too. Because I can't cover that big-ass contract. I'm sorry, man. That Max Crosby contract is disgusting compared to Myles Garret. At the end of the day, we're in hot talks with them. I think that at the end of the day, when it comes to a fit and us needing a defensive presence, I think that's like
Yo, anybody can hear us? Oh, I think something happened to HB. I'm not sure. I about to say, if y'all can hear us, let me know on YouTube. Comment down on the live stream or the live chat, and let me know if the screen is frozen or if y'all can hear anything. Okay, yeah. So he ended up disappearing. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me invite him back. Give me 1 second, my boys. All right. All right, so HB having a few technical difficulties. So let me get to cooking, right? So Alfred, right? Myles Garret or Max Crosby, right? Chances of becoming a Buffalo Bill. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Myles Garret is a better fit for us, right? I think he fit our defensive line better because like he's more in the middle. And if we actually get him, he's gonna open up the whole defensive line for A. Oliver because he's gonna have to take at least two people. Myles Garret, he's gonna take 2 to 3 people at a time, and that's gonna leave an opening for the one-on-ones for A. Oliver. And then Max Crosby is more like a defensive rusher. You know what I mean? And I don't really think we need that as much as we need somebody to plug in that middle that can stop the run. Max Crosby's not as good at stopping the run, but he's gonna get to the quarterback. So it's kind of like, which one do we need more? I think us plugging in the gaps is more important than us actually getting to the quarterback at this point in time with this team. Also, on top of that, Myles Garret is way cheaper. Max Crosby is too expensive. For us to get him, we pretty much is losing out on anybody else, any free agents, any trades. Like, and it's like there's really no point. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? So I think Myles Garret is a better fit, cheaper. But not only that, some news has dropped a few hours ago to where the Bills are actually bad, right? And people are like, what are the Bills bad? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what I'm willing to give up to get Myles Garret. For one, I am willing to let go of Epinesa, include him in that trade package. Epinesa, a 2025 first round draft pick, a 2026 first draft pick, and a 2026 second or third round draft pick. Let it go. And people will probably be like, oh, why so many draft picks? You got to think about it, right? Who have the Bills drafted in the first round that is anywhere equivalent to a Myles Garret outside of Josh Allen? Who? Kyer Elam? Dalton Kincaid? Like who's equivalent to a Myles Garret? So yes, I'm willing to give up 2 first-round picks in a second and AJ Epinesa to get Myles Garret. And say Epinesa isn't in the package, and we rather give up Greg Rousseau. I would give up, if that's the case, I would give a Greg Rousseau a 2025 first-round draft pick and a 2025 2026 second round pick. He ain't getting you're not getting Greg Rousseau in 2 first round draft picks. It's not happening. What up, HB?
What up, man? It has been impossible. Let me break it down to y'all like this, because we've been trying to get to this for a little bit now, and every little hiccup we've had starting up to this, to where we're at right now, it's a blessing that we're even doing this show today.
Man.
Let's just say that. From my device dying on me, thinking it was charging this whole time, so sorry for that. To my original device that I use on this thing, it wasn't working. So yeah, until now my dog barking. So it's all a great deal. But we're making it happen for y'all today. So I'm gonna say with this barking dog beside me, that if we trade Greg Rousseau in a first round draft pick, just like my boy KI said, I think that would be super, it would be a super deal, and we would get rid of the questions of having to extend Rousseau, period. Give me 1 second. Let me deal with this.
Yep. Yeah, which that makes sense, because if we do get rid of Greg Rousseau, because we're going to have to extend him. And if we wait another year and he have another season like he had this past year, he's going to cost too much. We're going to lose him regardless. So if we do, I will include him in that trade package for Myles Garret, because, like I said, he do good one more year like he did this year. He's out the door anyways, because we ain't gonna be able to afford him at the end of the day. No,
and to be honest, I mean, we love Rousseau here as a player, but what has he done splash plays for us? Like, on all honesty, he gives me the same type of production that Tremaine Edmonds gave us when he was here. Like, what did he do so significant that really made us want to keep him here? Like, that there's nothing that really splashes out like, oh, he has I thought he was gonna lead the league in sacks. I went on Julian's podcast a while back, and I said my wild prediction was gonna be that Greg Rousseau was gonna lead the league in sacks, and I don't think he led the team in damn near anything. So I don't know. Like, I can't say that it's a rotational defensive front. I can't say any of that because he's on the field most of the time. So why is he not getting back there? He'll get the pressures. He's really good at run stopping, but is he valuable enough to the point where we're going to keep him and have him eat up all that money? For what? For us to have the tribalism of, oh, we drafted him, we're going to keep him. Like, what's the point of having him if he's not going to give us any real value at all? So
I think it's more of like his potential ceiling, because sometimes he just have games and he's just dominant. He's just dominating the offensive line, the opposition, you know. And I think it's the feeling that we get of what he could be. I think that's why like people have such a love towards him. But honestly, like you said, you get up out of here. I'm gonna be honest, because we could find better. We could find more production if y'all want to be honest. So that's how I generally feel that way as well. But now let's get to the biggest topic, man. Let's get to the biggest topic. Because, is James Cook worth $15 million? I'm sorry, but we're going to cook him, especially me.
But, you want to cook him because I like to let James cook. So you going to have to do it.
Hey, listen. If y'all got anything to say, man, if you on Facebook watching, if you trying to comment, go click the link in my profile bio and go on YouTube and comment on YouTube. If you can bring your comments up, right? James Cook is not worth $15 million. I'm going to keep it a buck. Not worth $15 million. So are you telling me that he's worth more than Saquon Barkley? Is he worth more than Derrick Henry? Is he worth more than Gibbs? Is he worth more than a healthy McCaffrey? A healthy what's the running back for Cleveland that got hurt?
Oh, Nick Chubb.
Is he worth more than him? Or is he a better player than him? A running back? Let's be honest. No, he's not even a top 5 running back. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's not even top 5.
He's not better than Nick Chubb right now.
No, I'm talking about when they're healthy. A healthy Nick Chubb.
He's healthy. He's top of the league.
What I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
So that's why I'm including if they're healthy. He's not a top 5 running back in this league. And for you to want $15 million, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ray Davis got better hands than you and Ty Johnson. That's all for it. Number two, Ray Davis could hit them gaps just like you can. He just don't got the burst. Ty Johnson, he got burst too. And he's more of a better gadget player than you are. Ray Davis is a better gadget player than you are. All you have to offer to us is speed. You want to get paid like a generational running back. I'm sorry, there's nothing generational about you. You're not going to be the running back that's going to break the cap for all running backs when it comes to being paid. You're not that guy. Yes, I'm not trying to downplay you like you're not a good running back. You are a good running back. But you are asking for too much at the wrong time. You asking for all this in a draft full of running backs. You asking for all this when you could pretty much plug and play any majority of the running backs in this league with this offensive line. You send James Cook over there to Carolina. You send him over there to Cleveland with them lines, with them offensive lines, and you tell me he's gonna put up 1,000 yards a season. You benefiting off this line. You're not doing this off of, oh, you that boy. You're not him, bro. You're not worth 15 million. I honestly don't even think you're worth 10. But 10, I'll give you for max. I'm not paying you no more than 10. If I was the Bills GM, Brandon Bean, I'm giving you 8.5. I think that's what you're worth because you are easily replaceable. It's a lot of running backs out there like you. You're not the only one. It's a lot of running backs out there just like you. Just speed. What you got to say, big dog?
And 8.5 is a respectable number. It's really not that bad. Like I feel like, I got to meet James Cook for, just for a cup of tea real quick, right? And he seems really like just chill, not very much of a talker. I mean, what you see in the social media is what you really get from him as a person. But if you really approach him, I mean, he'll approach you like a good person. I just feel like my advice, crazy enough because he's younger than us, is do not let other people speak for you. Like, I get it that your brother's experience, and I get that you have that burden of, he's on the Club Shay Shay, like, listen, I'm doing it for guys like my brother that were in that type of seat. And then when he got hurt, he got screwed over, and then Minnesota was pretty much up and let go of him, and now he became a journeyman running back, and he was a top of the league running back at the time. I feel like I'm with you on that he asked for the money at the wrong time. Do I feel like he's worth 15 million? No. Honestly, I'm not saying that he's not worth it as a player, because people are going to say, oh, nah, he's not worth, bro. Listen, nobody's worth 15 million. Y'all play football, okay? Let's keep it into perspective. Nobody worth 15 million. But we're living in a world where y'all living with play money, and y'all sacrifice y'all lives for our entertainment. So if y'all want to tell me I'm going to spend $15 million for one player a year, I'm going to go draft Quinshawn Judkins and tell him to bounce. I'm sorry. I have to find somebody that's going to do something. We're not historically built on giving running backs that type of money. And I'm sorry. I don't feel like we're going to be the team that's like, oh, we should have signed him like the Giants did with Saquon. Do I feel like he's just as good as Saquon? No. Do I feel like he's just as valuable as a Derrick Henry? The stats show it. I even sat up here and argued with you that Derrick Henry is literally James Cook. And James Cook had more touchdowns than Derrick Henry. The only thing he didn't have was more yards. And that's because he gets less carries, but he does the same amount of damage. So do I feel like he has value? Yes. Do I think $8.5 million a year is valuable? Yes, that's hella valuable. Like, I know you don't live in Buffalo, so I know that your life probably isn't that. I won't say like it's not that home lifestyle type of chill type of deal, but 8.5 mil is, if you can't live off that, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Like $15 million a year, bro. That's nuts. That's nuts, bro. You're gonna get the ball like 15 times a game, and I'm gonna give you 15 mil a year. So you telling me $1 million a touch?
Pretty much $1 million a game.
Because if you get hit the right way, we gotta pay you no matter what.
And you little. I'm gonna give it a buck. You a little running back, bro. But not only that, bro. I genuinely feel like if we let go, if James Cook leave, we're not gonna miss him as an offense.
Nah.
We're not really gonna miss a step. Just like y'all said, we lost Diggs. We're not gonna make the playoffs. It's gonna be the same scenario with James Cook. He's replaceable. And guess what?
With our offensive line now? Oh yeah, you can plug me in there and I'll give you 30 yards.
Guess what? The Bills might fuck around and be even better without you. You feel me? So keep playing with fire, bro. Because let's be honest. If we don't pay you 15 mil, where are you going to go? That's gonna put you in a better predicament of winning the Super Bowl, of keeping you healthy, because this offensive line is gonna keep you healthy for a while. So what better predicament are you putting yourself in if you leave this team? Because you want to be money hungry, and nobody is playing any running backs in the league at this point in time 15 mil. Let's make it make sense.
Except for teams like the Eagles that literally were only missing one piece because they had a young defense already the year before and got a bunch of dudes off of one trade, off the Carson Wentz trade. I'm sorry, but like I feel like you're worth money, but you're not. Like, I'm not willing to invest $15 million. And if you could meet in the middle and keep that same hunger that you had when you were on that podcast, when you said, oh, yeah, F those guys. Like, I'm trying to win. You know, like, do I feel like we could have won that game versus the Chiefs if they gave him the ball more? I told you this behind the scenes. If he'd had 20-plus carries in that game from start to finish, we had to start the way that we were finishing.
Yep.
We would have won that game, and we would have gave the Eagles a better run for their money in the Super Bowl than the Chiefs did, bar none.
Oh, for sure,
bar none. It would have been a way better thing to watch. But 15 mil a year. We'll talk after we get the whole cap situation figured out.
Yep.
But I really hope that they come up with something before the draft.
See, beautifully said, right? Because you had said something within the last two sentences that's leading right up to what's going on now, big dog.
That's why I stopped.
Who are you willing to let go of to save cap space?
Von Miller. The end. No, I'm kidding. No, so we all Buffalo Bills fans. We all know, and let's get this elephant out the room right now. That Von Miller has not been playing adequate football for us. And he's a little long on the tooth. And when I say long on the tooth, I mean like giraffe long neck on the tooth. I'm talking like dinosaur ancient on the tooth. Like he's one of the last dinosaurs that survived after the asteroid. He's that old in the NFL. He needs to go. Aaron Donald retired. Okay. Brady's gone. You done sacked him. You done sacked Manning. You damn near sacked John Elway, man. You got to go. I know you want to be the first guy to win the Super Bowl to 3 different teams. I'm sorry, buddy, but unless you go to the Eagles, it's not happening. Unless you go, like, you have to go somewhere where they're already built. Over here, we're working with slim pickings money, and we're working with a cheap owner. And I'm just going to be straight. Just because the Bills are doing good, doesn't mean that it's gonna put a blanket over what you're doing on other teams, like the Sabres. So what you're doing to our stadium with tax dollars. So that's a whole other thing. When it comes to AJ Epinesa, I think that we could let him go, and that could save us money. Do they think that? And I'm not going to go in on him too crazy because he was one of those guys that we picked up, and we already knew he wasn't going to be a splash player. Like he was going to be a depth player at best. And that's what he does. He has plays where he had more splash plays than some of the guys we picked in the first round. Kyrie Elam. So there's that. There's him. I think we talked about David Edwards. He's about $4 million free cap space if we were to let him go. But to be honest, $4 million, I'd pay him. And I'd keep him because having that core, that camaraderie at the offensive line is very important. And if it's only $4 million, we're letting go of almost $17 million, just letting go of one player in Von Miller. Get that guy out of here. He needs to go. Yeah. He needs to go. And that's gonna open up the gateways to everything. It's going to open up the gateways to resigning James Cook. It's going to open up the gateways to getting the Myles Garret. It's going to open the gateways to go getting guys. I know the defensive lineman from, and forgive me because I don't remember his name, but he's a defensive tackle from the Denver Broncos. And the Denver Broncos, if I remember, they led the league in sacks. And this guy, when I was watching his tape, he's solid D tackle. And I think you guys should do your homework and watch the interior defensive lineman for the Denver Broncos. Guys like Jonathan Allen from the Washington Commanders. He got his trade request. He wants to leave the team. I think that's a really good pickup if we were to pick him up. Pair him up with Ed Oliver. Let me throw this out to you real quick. Would you be okay with trading Ed Oliver?
Would I be okay with trading Ed Oliver?
If there was just be some crazy, just like we're gonna just go get rid of one person that you just didn't think would be a part of the package, would you be okay with letting go of Ed Oliver and getting a rookie defensive tackle in the draft?
Yes, for sure. Okay.
There's a lot of things we could switch up on his defense. It has to change.
And the reason why I say that is I'm not saying that because Ed Oliver is a bad player. Obviously, he's not. No, that's what we paid him for. Because if he was bad, we wouldn't have paid him, especially with this cheap owner. But my thing is with Ed Oliver specifically is that he has to be next to other people, other big defensive linemen that could take multiple teams, that could take on double teams. So he can have his one-on-one advantage. If he does not have a one-on-one advantage or a one-on-one opportunity, he's pretty much worthless. He's not doing no damage throughout the game, no matter what team we play. He's not doing any damage. So yes. So if we don't have the players or we don't get Myles Garret or somebody that can help him get one-on-one opportunities, get him up out of here. He's wasting money. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, I'll give him up.
Okay. What about guys like Matt Milano? Because we could save some money letting go of him, and nobody's touching Matt Milano. Wait, there's been people all year, even before he even started playing and got back. We gotta let go of him. He's injury prone. You know what's the verdict on him? Do we keep a guy like that around? Do we give Dorian Williams that shot that he basically was taken from? Or do you keep a guy that once the ink dries and his money's guaranteed, are you willing to give him that money?
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? Because you would have asked me this a few weeks ago or last season or prior to the playoffs, I would have said get rid of him. But the reason why I'm gonna say Matt Milano have to stay on this team is due to debt. For some reason, we have a linebacker curse on this team to where our linebackers drop like flies. Season in, season out. They even get hurt in the offseason somehow. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we should draft a linebacker, but we have to keep Matt Milano. I feel like we could get rid of cap space in many other places, but linebacker is a position that we should not play around with unless that player is absolutely producing nothing, in my opinion.
Okay. Because this draft, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of edge rushers. It's a defensive line heavy draft. All the running backs look like they're pretty much 4.4, 4.3 area. Bigger backs, so a lot of them are like 5'10", 5'10", 6 foot. That's a good size for a running back. A lot of splash play guys. Wide receivers, they're kind of like there's like 3 good ones, and the rest of them are just third round up. A lot of guys are gonna go in the first and second that are wide receivers that shouldn't go, basically because of their 40 time speeds. That's just my take on it. Like, I seen their tape and I see what they look like. It's not anything that you haven't seen from like a third round pick. I don't know. When it comes to this draft, it's gonna pinpoint the needs that the Bills need. I just really hope that we can come up with the perfect recipe to get the players that we need. So that way, when we free up the cap space, we can sign these guys comfortably on top of getting guys in trade.
I agree, right? And check this out, right? So there are a few players I'm willing to give up to. The first one off rip. I agree with you, Von Miller. Because as of right now, the Bills standing at $12 million that they could spend in free agency, right? If we get rid of Von Miller, right, that is adding like 8.4 million to that 12 million, meaning we will have $20 million to spend. Yes, it will hurt us dead. It will hurt us when it comes to dead cap space, but we ain't worried about that right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. We need production. We are in a Super Bowl window, and Josh Allen is getting older as the days go by. He's been in this league for 8 years now. He's getting old. As you could tell from last year, his legs are slowing down. He's not running like he used to.
Let me tell you something real quick. Von Miller, if you don't play for free, I don't want you here, bro. You don't do anything. Don't give that money to somebody that's actually going to play and actually do something. Go ahead.
And also, too, I think the only way that I would be okay with keeping Von Miller is if we restructure his contract and he take a vet minimum like we did Micah Hyde, and you just be a locker room guy. That's the only way I want to see you on this team next year.
That's valid.
That's the only way. You take that vet minimum and you be a locker room guy because that's all you're good for anyways. So if you still want to be on a winning team, you still want a chance of winning 3 Super Bowls with 3 different teams, this is how you do it. This is your path.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like you do, you're past your prime. You know that. You said you were in second gear as you got the fumble recovery and were running the other way versus Baltimore.
Yep.
You know you're on your last leg. So I don't think it's just for a person to just steal money from an organization. Bro, we're poor. We are poor. Yeah. We are poor. Why are you stealing money from us? That's my take, man.
What's up, fellas? How we feeling tonight? Hey, man, what up, Jay?
Blessed and highly favored, man. Blessed and highly favored. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Oh, what up to my boy Gambo, man? What up, big dog? How you feeling, man? Long time no see, man. What's going on, brother? How you doing, bro?
All right. Blessings, yes, sir.
But now check this out, right? So Von Miller, right? The second person I'm willing to give up, Dawson Knox. We are paying him too much for a tight end who's barely on the field, right? And this is the problem with Dawson Knox. The problem with Dawson Knox is we can't trade. We can't get rid of him because if we get rid of him, the dead cap space is gonna be more than his contract. So the only solution to get rid of Dawson Knox is to trade him. And throughout the whole season, HB kept bringing this one specific player up to me. I'm like, yo, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, right? So now this is where the Von Miller come into play. When I was talking about if we cut him, we will have 8.4 million. So we have 20 million to play with, right? So right now, Dawson Knox next year we have to pay him $9,250,000, right? That's how much we have to pay him for this year. So I think we should trade him for George Kittle, who's worth $14,400,000, right? So that's about what, an extra $5 million. If we cut Von Miller, so you're gonna have 20 million. So if we cut him and then we bring in George Kittle and we trade him for Dawson Knox, we're gonna have 15 million left over. And we still gonna have more than enough money to bring in free agents to make additional trades. And also Myles Garret. Right. So I think,
I was looking for my, you know what, this word. No, go ahead. You keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing.
And I had 2 more players, and one of them might gonna get y'all upset. Rasul Douglas. I think it's time.
What you gotta say about Rasul Douglas, man? Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right. Yeah, y'all not gonna like this. Y'all not gonna like this, right?
I might not. Go ahead.
Rasul Douglas is old. And if you actually watched him throughout the playoffs last year, he got cooked. He was getting cooked. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That boy was getting cooked. And then also, not only that, Christian Benford is coming back. What did we do last year to this team? We gutted all the older players. Rasul Douglas is getting old. And then not only that, the Bills are projected to draft a corner with a first-round pick or second, depending on if we get Myles or not. So what that means is we would trade Rasul Douglas while he still got value, and we get another draft pick for him. We could get a third or a fourth. Because guess what? The Bills will never draft any good players in the first or second round anyway. So you get a draft pick for Rasul Douglas, and you put that towards the defense or the offense somewhere else. Bottom line. So I think we should trade Rasul Douglas for a draft pick. And who else? Kyrie Elam. I better not see this man on this team next year. I better not even see a jersey in a stadium of anybody wearing his jersey because I'm cussing him out. They better trade him for an 8th round pick because that's what he's worth. we can find somebody in the 8th round better than him. So
Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me.
So those are the 4 players I will cut for cap space.
I hear
in draft capital.
I hear that the Buffalo Bills needed a new ball boy and a couple guys to give Deion Dawkins some water during the timeout. So I think that we should trade. I'm just saying, I think we should trade Kyrie Elam for a couple ball boys and a couple water boys for next season. And I think we should be straight. The boys will be way more hydrated. The boys will be way more hydrated than Kyrie on the sidelines every year, for sure.
Oh, not only that, we probably stay more healthy as well. You feel me? But now, I want you to cook up on this because you've been more in tune when it comes to this topic specifically. What positions would you draft in the first 3 rounds?
So, I told you this, and I hope it comes true to a degree. I had a dream during the playoffs that we drafted. I told you it was the most random thing ever. It was a light-skinned cornerback that we drafted. This young light-skinned cornerback. I don't know who it is. I couldn't make it up. He had short hair, and maybe it's just a premonition of some sort. That we drafted a corner. So I think that we're gonna let go of Rasul. We got Benford on 1 more year, and then he's projected to get some crazy money. Are we gonna keep him? Hopefully. But we got to see if he's 1 more year of what he did this year, and then that'll be worth it. We're gonna get a corner for the first round, and I know it sucks because people want to see the big splash guys. They want to see defensive tackle, the whole 9. Let's just be honest. I think if we go get Myles Garret, we're going to lose a first-round draft pick. So, So you're gonna look down the pipe of who you can actually get. Shakevius Ward from the 49ers. That's a possibility of getting free agency. So that's a light-skinned corner we can grab. So as far as my dream is concerned, as far as drafting is concerned, we would probably lose our first-round draft pick, and we're probably gonna go defensive tackle. And I know Jordan Phillips, one of the guys, OGs here with the Bills, never really was my favorite player. But when I tell you one thing, he gained my respect versus Kansas City in the playoffs. One of the only dudes that wasn't backing down to the Chiefs at all. So what better way to honor Jordan Phillips, right, than to draft another Jordan Phillips in the second round? So Jordan Phillips, bro, when I tell you this guy is a unit. Squats close to 700 pounds. Front press is about 400 pounds overhead. He's 6'3", 320. This guy's opening up the A-gap. Is a perfect fit for 3 technique and 4 cross. So anything where you're playing 4-man fronts is probably his best fit. So if we were to get a Myles Garret with our first-round draft pick, we give them, say, a second-rounder next year, or we give them Rousseau in the first. Give them Rousseau in the first, and maybe a 4th or something for this draft, because this draft is not that heavy with the needs that we have. Getting deeper into the draft, right? So we're not losing out too much. We would then have Ed Oliver, Jordan Phillips, and Dwayne Carter, because remember, Dwayne Carter would be in the second year. So you have Dwayne Carter and him switching there. Then you'd have Myles Garret on one side. You would have to get another edge rusher. Then opens the discussion. Are you willing to sell the farm to go get a Max Crosby and pair him with a Myles Garret? I know it sounds crazy. But if you were to go and get somebody with that type of level of athleticism, 2 beasts, juggernauts at defensive end, you won't really need to worry about cornerback. You could put Kyrie Elam back there. I'm pretty sure he's getting 6 picks. Because them quarterbacks are going to be running for their lives. They're going to throw that thing in the air. All right? So when it comes to this draft, I think corner, Wide receiver. We need a wide receiver. I know Keon's gonna be in second year. I know he's gonna be cooking, but I don't know, man. I really don't like what I've seen out of him. Year one, it's too much to fix. So he's just more of a project player, with all due respect. So there's him. I think that we need to re-sign Mac Hollins, and get him somewhere in the fold. Trade Curtis Samuel and get some draft stock for him, because we're not really using him here in Buffalo. You get rid of him, then you would have MDX, you would have Keon, and then you would have Shakir. And I had this flag in my hand, because when you said George Kittle, I was gonna throw the flag right at my phone, and there's gonna be a problem, because the whole thing was about to fall. So I'm gonna just show you. This is where I'm at with George Kittle and the whole thing. Sean McDermott would not tell Dalton Kincaid to add on a few pounds and actually get on his stuff in the offseason, because I feel like they're already starting to cook up letting go of Dawson Knox. So if they get rid of Dawson Knox, what is his value really at? A third round pick, a fourth round pick?
I say a fourth.
Fifth round pick? Probably in the 3 to 5 range. I don't think a day 2 pick could be, probably a day 3, and maybe a player. So you want to trade him for a corner and a fifth, and we'll give you him and a 6, or him and a 7 for something like that. I think that's super valid for a team that needs a tight end. Look at the Giants. The Giants need everything. You got the relationship with Dayball. You got the relationship with the old GM. Go trade him to the Giants. Y'all gonna get Shador. Y'all gonna get Shador. Y'all got Malik Neighbors, Dawson Knox. Y'all gonna probably get a running back. You know, y'all could set up a brand new offense for a new quarterback y'all gonna get. Probably Cam Ward, if he doesn't go number 1.
All right, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to get your thoughts on this, man. J Mafia had made a interesting comment. I want to know what your thoughts on this. So this if the Bills don't get Myles Garret.
If the Bills trade out and get it out of the first and get more picks, then what did they do in free agency? That's my answer. It depends on what they do in free agency, what they do in the draft. So if they trade out of the first, I'm not going to be too upset, because this draft is not that deep. But the real meat and potatoes of this draft is where the Bills excel. So that's the good part. So the Bills excel usually in day 2 and day 3 picks. Guys got Khalil Shakir, guys like Deion Dawkins. Like, most of our team are day 2, day 3 picks. Dorian Williams, Ray
Christian
Davis,
Benford,
James Cook. Like, those guys are all in day 2, day 3 picks. So Matt Milano, you could throw him in there. Terrell Bernard, he's in there. Christian Benford, he's in there. Like, all of our guys are day 2, day 3 picks. So Jay, I'm not gonna be too upset if we trade out of the first. But what did we do to get, like, to have to do that? That'd be my thing. There's nobody in the first I'm reaching for, like at defensive tackle or anything. There's like a million of them. It's about how you coach them, and it's about what you do with them once they're in the building. They're all 300 plus running 5 flats. We talked about this. Like, these guys are super athletic coming out this year. It's about how you use them. So good take, though. I like the question.
Because I ain't gonna lie. I mean, if we're gonna trade back in the first, you might as well get that first up and some real and a pressure player to go get Myles Garret. If y'all gonna do that anyways, you go get that man. I don't give a fuck. You give up Russo with that. You give up Epinesa and 2 first rounders with that. Because one thing that we know, the Bills don't do nothing in the first round. It's pretty much useless to us. And like J Mafia said, only person we really hit on in the first round was who? Josh Allen and Group. We haven't hit on them with nobody else.
But did we?
So give it up.
Okay, let's be real. Did we really hit on Group, or did we just get a guy that played wide receiver, that switched him at the end for 1 year, and then next thing you know, he's just a project player that you made a decent defensive end with crazy range. Like, that's all he is. He played 1 year.
Wait, Group was drafted as a receiver?
No. He used to play wide receiver.
Oh,
They
I'm about to
switched
say,
him to play
I ain't know
defensive
that.
end. No, they switched
Okay.
him to play defensive end. He was an experimental player. He goes late in the first to the Bills, and then he only played a year at that position because he played defensive tackle before too. They try to transition him around. He's a project player. I don't know what it is with the Bills. Now that I'm thinking about this, getting project players. Keon Coleman was a basketball player that is getting project players. What is this? What is this? What is this? I want some explanation.
This right here,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
broke. This right here, one is because they broke, and number two, we've been so good that all our draft picks in the first round is at the end. All
So
the best of the best players is mostly gone, or all the superstar college players is pretty gone by the time that they even get to us in the first round.
I don't understand how you can get guys. You can't get guys that have played football for longer than 4 years that have been playing since they were little. And you got to go get
Valid
Keon Coleman.
point.
That he's so athletic and he get the ball up in there. I'm not gonna trash him, but I'm saying that it'd be nice for us to get a wide receiver that's played longer than 4 years of actual football. That's got actual experience. Where is that? And why are we not doing that? I know y'all want dynamic players, but my man, you doing the same thing every year. You have to switch it up. I know y'all switched up the coaching. Y'all got Chris Tabor from the Panthers for special teams. Great pickup. You got the defensive backs coordinator from the Patriots. That's going to switch up our philosophy a little bit on defense. It's going to give us a little bit of a different insight. I would love to see how that works. So I see a major change going in the DB room coming up this year. As far as philosophy. But because you can't do the same thing every year and expect a different result. You just can't do it. And you got the same players. You got this, dude. You guys are literally getting y'all got us on rinse and repeat every year. Y'all had us on rinse and repeat every year, thinking we was gonna do it every year. Newsflash: every team changes every year. The Eagles change every year.
And I'm gonna bring up a beautiful example, right? Amari Cooper is an older Stephon Diggs. Route running. Keon Coleman is a younger Gabe Davis. We literally switched out and brought in the same exact players with the same exact skill sets.
The same thing. Expecting a different result. Expecting a different result.
Literally, bro. But now, this is how I would go about the draft picks, right? Because me personally, y'all not gonna like this. I don't know if y'all was here earlier when I said it. I don't mind getting rid of James Cook. If he gonna stand on business, James Cook is gone next year. If he want to stand on business about that 15 mil, he's gone next year. So, and I truly believe you're gonna get Myles Garret. Because one thing about Brandon Beane, if he gonna spend big money or he gonna take a big risk, it's gonna be at that defensive end position. So whatever bid that he sent to Cleveland, best believe is something that's gonna help their franchise in the future for sure.
Oh, if they don't like the bid that they saw the first time, I bet you he's gonna send 3 more.
Oh,
how about this one and this one and this one?
Oh yeah,
which one you like? Call me back, please. I want
and I'm gonna tell you this: Greg Russo or AJ Epinesa is included in them bids, regardless, guaranteed. So one of them will be gone next year too. In this package. Yep. I'm telling you that. Right. So that's why I said we should trade Dawson Knox, Greg Rousseau, and Kyer Elam for draft picks. Because guess what? We could get 2 draft picks in the second round, and I'm going straight for Scatterbull. You get your running back offer it to replace James Cook. You get an early second round pick, and you go get Scatterbull. And he's better than James Cook. And he's going to be cheaper. We're going to be in a way better position than we was last year at that running back position. Trust me.
And we could load up. We could load up at defense when it comes to money and value players.
Come on. All for it, bro.
Cam Scatterbull, he's a unit.
Yeah, he going early second round. That's why you get how much draft capital that you can for these players. Get them up out of here.
Him and the human cheat code, man. Like Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State. I mean, that's not a far drive from Ohio to Buffalo, man. 5'10", 210. big back.
But
he can go. He's got he's a juggernaut. Even in a college video game, he's a juggernaut. Ain't nobody stop him over there. He's replaceable. There's like 10 running backs that you could grab. And guess what? Cam Scatterbo, you get him in the 3rd round, dude. You don't gotta reach for him. You don't gotta reach for that kid. He's like number 7, number 8. Why? Because he doesn't run as fast as the other backs. But this dude is getting like 30 carries a game. Derrick Henry level. He's throwing passes. He's throwing passes in the chip games, in the bowl games. This dude is throwing up on the sidelines. He got my respect.
And I'm gonna be honest, like I don't want to sound okay. I'm gonna say this. Let me put this disclaimer on. It's not a racist thing. It's a fact. It's not racist. It's a fact.
I already know where you're going.
Cam Scatterbo. If y'all don't know who he is, look him up. He's a right running back. Anytime a right running back gets drafted in this league, they are dominant. They are more than NFL ready. They are prepared. You go get that man, bro. And if you gotta reach just a little bit, motherfucker, you reach, because that's a generational running back, not James Cook. Scatterbo could be a generational running back. Trust me. Look at his highlight tape. HB sent me it. He's a problem.
Yeah, Cam got my respect. He's got a lot of grit in him. I think McDermott would love a guy with some grit. I think that people like him would basically take the wings off of Josh Allen as far as running that ball and say, you better give me this rock. I could catch it. I could pass it if I need to. I could run that thing if I need to. And I'm running with punishment. This dude is laying the lumber. And we already got Ray Davis laying the lumber at 5'8". This guy's almost 6 foot. Pop him. Number 4. Hey, you let go of him. He went number 4 in college too, buddy. You could give him the number 4 and see how he do.
And guess what? And that's how easy it is to plug and play on this team.
Yeah. And y'all gonna feel some type of way. I'm telling you, y'all gonna feel some type of way when it comes to like it's easy to just let go of James Cook. About this is how the league is. This is a business. This is not let's hang on to our favorite players. And dude, if I would have known how trash we were when I started being a fan of this team, and I started being like, damn, bro, yo, man, I remember, man, Tashard Choice, bro, the people's choice. Tashard Choice. Quentin Gathers, oh my goodness.
Shit.
Bro, TJ Yeldon, let's go get him. Booby Dixon, let's go get him. Oh yeah, he's a real bro. What are we doing? No, what are we doing, bro? Are we here to win, or are we here to just like be tribalists? Bro, this is a business.
Hey, John Robert, we were just talking about that.
Yes, sir.
It is easy. This is a draft that will be easy to find a replacement for James Cook. And we could find better than James Cook.
Yes.
In this draft. Even in the late round. Even the late round running backs got so much potential.
And it's no hard feelings, brother. You want to go play for the Giants? Bro, I will trade you to the Giants. You want to play with a big market team, get you some big money? Go to New York. I don't care. That's okay.
Yeah.
But just don't, like, I know that he doesn't want to make it a problem. Okay. So we're not going to sit on our podcast and make it feel like, oh, yo, he's standing on business. He's going to make it a big drama issue. He clearly said he doesn't want to make it a big drama issue. Okay.
Do your thing, bro. We're not going to be mad with your decision either way.
But exactly. But you already know. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. Do you want a good offensive line and be great in this league? Or do you just want the money? Is it business for you or is it passion? And I think his name is PK Subban, hockey player. He was saying, how do these players nowadays have, like, they have the audacity to like say that they're professionals, but they have no passion. Kobe used to sit back and pop his fingers back in place and go back on the basketball court. He tore his Achilles and went and shot his free throws and then walked out of there. Now dudes are talking about I bruised my elbow, so I ain't about to play for like 5 games.
Crazy work.
Yeah, bro. Football players talking about a thumb. I broke my thumb, so I can't play.
And I don't want to get off topic, but this is definitely a conversation for the off season that I would like to dig in deeper. Is the fact that ever since the NFL had brought in all these rules to make the game safer, ironically, there are more injuries than it has been in the last 10 years at the injury rate that it has been ever since the NFL came into existence.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers and the statistics, more players been getting hurt than they have ever had since the existence of the NFL, when it was able to slam you in your neck. People were still playing. But these motherfuckers slipping and they out for the whole season.
But these dudes back then, they were calloused up and they were already used to the thudding. Now these guys are just coming straight out of the sauna or coming out of the bed and just cracking themselves. And the next thing you know, literally, they're hurt because they're not used to it. Nobody's used to people coming at them at 15, 20 miles an hour.
Oh, no.
That's like you getting up out of bed and going and getting into a car crash. You're gonna break something. But if you're used to getting those car crashes more often, you're gonna be like, okay, I can live through this. I'll be all right.
So
that's what.
So now before we move on, right, or whatever, I got my two last positions, right. After we draft a running back, I don't care if we do running back or cornerback first, because we got to replace Rasul Douglas this year. Rasul Douglas will not be on this team next year. That's why the Bills are looking for a cornerback in the first round, because they know Rasul Douglas, they're gonna get rid of him. Too much money. He's too old. He can't keep up with these young bucks. No. So running back or cornerback, first and second, or swap. It doesn't matter. Those are my first two draft picks. And my last one is linebacker. I know a lot of people keep saying safety, but I'm gonna be honest. We didn't have a bad safety room last year. I mean, we could find better than DeMar Hamlin. Let's keep it a buck. But at the end of the day, they didn't play bad at all. We didn't lose a lot of games due to our safeties or our backfield. So I'm gonna be honest. So you go for that third pick, you go for linebacker, because we can't stay healthy at the linebacker position to save our lives. You get depth ASAP. You probably got to draft two linebackers this year. One NFL ready, the other one is a project like Joe Andreessen. Simple. And that's how I would go about it.
Okay.
So now check this out. So I think this would be kind of interesting. Jay Moffitt made another good question. All right. And what you think about this? Off rip, I ain't gonna say much, but I'm gonna say hell no.
Nah. Yeah, we're out of there. It's a quick no for me, dog.
Bro, we straight at linebacker. We got Dorian, Bernard, Milano, Buffalo Joe. But see, this is the thing. Bernard got hurt last year at a point in time. Milano got hurt twice after he already came from a season-ending injury. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dorian was hurt for one game or two. If I'm not mistaken, probably was, probably not. I don't want to. I think he was, but
yeah, he had elbow injury. Yeah, he had elbow
injury, right? So we're not straight because literally every single linebacker on our team got hurt last year at a point in time. We have a linebacker curse on this team. So if there's a position I'd rather be loaded, it's defensive rushers, defensive ends, and linebackers.
Now, the only pushback I have, I slightly agree with Jay on this one. I feel like because we only run two linebacker sets and we're mostly a nickel defense, we don't need 6 linebackers on this team. We'll be all right with 5. Because you got Dorian, you got Bernard, you got Milano. Buffalo Joe kind of, he's on the mend because he could be trade bait in the preseason. I know we're not going to trade him, but be like a guy where you get good enough tape on him, put him on waivers, and somebody could go pick him up for conditional pick or some sort. And then you got Edwan Ulafosio, and people sleeping on him too. I don't know if y'all seen any tape on him when he played the Patriots the last game of the year, but he played pretty solid. So if you play him as a project player, I think he's solid too. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the team. Balen Spector, he shouldn't be on this team next year.
Oh God, I forgot all about him.
Yeah. Balen Spector's out of there. Get him out of there.
So
okay, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of bad plants that are dying, like a lot of bad leaves that are dying. We got to cut them things off so they don't ruin the rest. Okay, and Balen Spector is one of those guys. Sorry to say it, he is. Kyrie Elam's one of those guys. Rasul
Okay.
Douglas, he's just too long in the tooth. Gotta cut him. It's okay. Not even cut him, just let him go. Release him. The guy we gotta cut, obviously, Von Miller. Too long in the tooth. That's the root that stopped producing, and that he's just staying around and watching everybody else grow. Yeah, cut him, please. You have, and he's a linebacker. We
You
need a
literally
big
said what you
dog on the
said.
line. That's the biggest worry, honestly. Yeah, it is. And again, this brings me back to we pay so much homage to these players, and obviously Jordan Phillips, OG Jordan Phillips said, "Oh, Buffalo's the only team that I play for." All right, cool. So what better way to pay homage to him than go draft another Jordan Phillips? So when he's out the door, that Jordan Phillips can then live in his name, and he can play better than him too. At 6'3", 320. So have at it. So Buffalo will never miss a Jordan Phillips. We could just go get another Jordan Phillips.
Like he never left.
Yeah, exactly. He'll live forever.
What up, big dog?
Yo,
what up, big dog?
My boy Jelani, man. Yo, thank you for commenting, man. I appreciate you, man. I miss you. Good people, man. Good people.
My dog. Now let's what you think about this? Because this kind of broke my heart. Like I was upset about this. Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders for a 5th round draft pick only. No player, not a third. He worth a 5th round. Like we could have gave that up.
I'm
like,
gonna tell it to you like this. I'm gonna tell it to you like this. If you slap my long snapper, I'm slapping you across your face. We ain't not having that in Buffalo, all right? We not having that in Buffalo. Sean McDermott would look at him and say, "You are benched. We are not playing with you. We will trade you if you cause any drama." Sean McDermott is very careful of who he brings on his team, and Deebo is not one of them. I'm sorry. They say, "Oh, Brandon Ayuk is available for trade." Sorry, buddy, but you tore your stuff the other day. We don't need that on this team. And you had a bad attitude. How about you take your butt over there to Washington? They brought the wrong player, the wrong 49er to Washington. Because you remember all that noise that Brandon was saying, "Oh, I want to play with Jaden Daniels. That's my boy. That's my boy from our." Yeah. How about you go play over there then? Go ahead. Toss that over there.
If y'all know what that red flag means, that's a challenge on a statement. So I'm challenging your statement, right?
What you challenging?
So I want to test. I want to see where you at mentally when it comes to this, right? You said, "Oh, Sean McDermott is not going to go for why he didn't attempt for Deebo Samuel because he's not a good locker room guy, right?" In which, to an extent, I understand that, but also too, I feel like most of the dogs, a lot of the dogs in this league, have that type of mentality. They have that extra aggressiveness in them for the most part. Like I obviously not all of them, but some of them. So do you think the fact that we don't have a rowdy guy to hold motherfuckers accountable on the field or to get in somebody's face and let them know, like, y'all need to get it together. Y'all are playing soft. Y'all playing sorry. Y'all not playing up to y'all potential. Do you think that is holding us back in this locker room or even as a team overall? Is because we don't have players such as a Deebo Samuel or people with that mentality?
So I'm gonna tell you like this. What does Deebo Samuel want?
I mean, he made it to the Super Bowl more than anybody else on this team.
He made it twice. When was he a vocal point in those Super Bowls?
He wasn't really a vocal point, but he was a vocal point of getting there. Okay. He had big games getting there.
In the regular season. Because in the playoffs
They better than Diggs.
Yeah, there is that. But I'm not gonna slight him too much. I just think that when it comes to certain personalities, I don't think that Josh would mend with somebody that likes that. I think that people like Josh's leadership on the team. I think that Sean McDermott's really protective of that, and I like it. I like the fact that he knows his players and he knows what they're cool with. So I'm okay with us not going to get a guy like that. Now, there's another guy out there that I'll be more than happy to have on my team that's got some grit to him that maybe could use a little better coaching. DK Metcalf is looking for a new home. Now, Could you possibly get him for a third? Could you possibly get him for, I don't know, maybe Curtis Samuel in a third or a second or something along those lines? We don't got to give up too much, right? We give him a third this year, second next year, something. We'll figure out something. Seattle's in rebuild mode. They obviously need a quarterback. Geno's not the future. So is Sam Howell is not the future. So none of those guys are there yet. I can see them getting a quarterback sometime next year, or them getting Dart this year. If you don't know who Dart is, he played for Ole Miss. Go check him out. Super solid quarterback. His stock's rising like nuts, but I don't see him being no more than a day 2 pick. When it comes to that, I think that DK's up there. I would keep my hands off of guys like George Pickens, Devontae Adams. I don't want him. I don't want him nowhere near. I don't want bad hip Hopkins, bad hip Adams. I don't want him. I definitely don't want Hopkins. You can get him up out of there. He'll probably resign with the Chiefs at some point if they want to get another drop pass. There's a guy out there that sees himself as a free agent. His name's Stephon Diggs. I had somebody tell me a blasphemous take that he would come back here for a vet. That he would come back here for a vet min. You know what I said? You know what I said?
What you say, Brett? I almost crashed out.
You know, he needs to go sign with the Chiefs. Because I tell you, if he would have ever stepped foot over here, I'd rather have Chase Claypool playing for us at 14 than have him playing for us.
Nah, bring me Gabe Davis back as our first. I don't want to deal with those Stephon Diggs, my boy. First of all, you see 2 pictures of him on my wall. That's because he came with Josh Allen. I never liked Stephon Diggs. I never liked him. Are we gonna act like he wasn't nice? Are we gonna act like he wasn't nice when he played for us? Obviously not. Oh no. He was. I mean, he was nice, but I was never a fan of his play style.
No,
I was never a fan of him in general. I was just
no. Is he top 5? Was he ever a top 5 receiver? Okay, let's just say it like that. Let's just say if you got to think about it, the answer is no. If you got to think about it, the answer is no.
I said at least one season he was. One season.
Okay.
I think it was the 2020 season.
Maybe.
I said one season he was.
And that's because we went to the chip that year. But
one season.
There's plenty of players in the league now that even when he was with the Bills outside of that 2020 year, he was not a top 5 receiver.
Nah.
I could bring up players like obviously Devontae Adams, JJ, obviously Jamar Chase now,
Mike Evans,
AJ Brown. Even when he was with the Titans, he was nice.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think they traded for him? They so good to go get a guy like him. They needed a number 1.
Mike Evans top 5.
He was a possession receiver.
Oh, facts.
He was a possession receiver. He was not a dude that's got 4.3 speed that's out here blowing through guys on go routes. He's not that. He was a cut guy that got his catches, and most of it was yards after the catch. He was a yak guy.
Yeah. Even Tyreek Hill was better. He was.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill to the Bills, yo, Julian, Tyreek Hill to the Bills, bro. That's crazy work. My man, you a real Bills fan. I know you are. But you don't want him catching the ball in January. You already saw what he looked like in Kansas City. Yeah, that's not ever changing, bro. That's how he reacts to the cold. That's not happening.
Oh yeah, ever. No, facts.
In no stratosphere is Miami gonna go like, oh, let's just make the Bills better by go get him to go play from September and November. If you give Josh Allen some dude that's gonna burn through dudes at safety with that cannon of an arm he got, you looking at unlocking a whole other game of Josh Allen's game. That is ridiculous. That is beyond comparison.
Because let's be honest, when the last time you seen Josh Allen actually throw a bomb? We gonna see him throwing a bomb every game. We haven't
seen him throw a bomb since Ken Dorsey when in his first couple games when he was here.
The last bomb I remember was to freaking Gabe Davis against the Steelers for 99 yards. That's literally the last bomb I remember him throwing. from my recent memory.
And that was from
that's 2 years ago.
And that was from the touchdown logo to the 50 to 45, bro. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was nasty work, bro.
Yeah, this dude could throw it all over the yard. But does he have the personnel? Does he want to do that? Is he comfortable with that? To be honest, his game doesn't show me that he really is. But can he? Yes.
Money talks, bro. See, and that's the thing. It's a business. It's a money business that we don't have to offer for Tyreek Hill. That man wants too much money.
My man,
we just don't have it for him.
You want to think business first? You go right ahead, but you ain't gonna win a damn thing. Unless you go into a team that's already stacked, my man, they got money for you. You ain't winning nothing. And if you don't want to, you just want to have a job where you get your thing in, you retire. Cool. That don't make you no different than a lot of the regular dudes out here. They go work a regular job, go do their 20 years, and they retire. That and get decent pay. That's no different than an NFL player going to a team that's gonna pay them, and you ain't gonna win nothing. You're never gonna see a pinnacle of anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jay Mafia just say, he's saying, I'm not saying that I want him. I'm just saying, like, what's your thoughts of the possibility? Pretty much, like, what y'all?
Oh, way of getting confused.
Tyreek Hill. He said he don't want him, but he's the one to bring up the topic to us. I guess it's probably a discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
So, the possibility of getting him is what you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Like how will we go for it? Like would you go for it if it came about? Nah.
If it says Tyreek Hill traded to the Buffalo Bills, how are we gonna use him? Come January, bro. We're past.
That's
my man. We smarter than that now.
Yeah,
we smarter than that now. Okay, I'm pretty sure that after this heartbreak that you and I experienced on the couch, crashing out on these dudes, how we would want to build on this team.
Straight.
And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be built on dudes like that. I would literally look at him if there was ever a time where the Matrix broke and we got Tyreek Hill. Let's just put that in the thing. I would look at it and say, what are we doing? He's a great player. I'm not saying he's not great.
Yeah.
But what are we doing grabbing him? So what are we doing? Are we freeing up cap space? Is he our new number one now? Like at age 30, 31? Like, bro, like what are we doing?
The real question is, will he make us a step closer to the championship, to the Super Bowl? And I don't think so.
No, not on this team he won't. Maybe in LA he would. Maybe in the Chargers he would. Maybe with the Rams he would. Guys like that. Teams like that. Dome teams that play most of their time in heat. If they get home field advantage, they play in the heat.
Oh, he's a problem. He could be a problem.
You can't get a guy like that and play home field advantage over here. He's not getting us past division.
But I will say this though. I do love. When you first told me, I hated it. But now that I had thought about it over a while, I do love the DK Metcalf trade possibility. And I had seen that it was rumor. I see all over my Facebook, all over the Bills pages, is that the Bills or that Seattle will possibly give up DK Metcalf for a 3rd and 4th round pick. Are you giving both of them picks up for him?
I'm giving them 2 of them things. You kidding me? Number 14 is open over here, boy. Let's just keep it real. Who's holding that number in Buffalo right now? Number 14. It was Chase Claypool, but now it's free. He come over here, he ain't got to pay nobody for that number. You could just go grab that thing.
And just for y'all to know, I ain't bring him up yet, or bring him up at all. But I would like to. Amari Cooper, get him up out of here. I'm sick of seeing people talk. We signed him. No. He old. Get him out of here. He better not be on this team next year. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He better not be on this team next year.
No. We're good on that.
All right. So before we end the show, got a few more things to talk about. And I actually want you to bring this up because you brought it up to me, and it actually made me angry. New stadium details.
Yeah.
Are you upset?
Yeah. Am I upset that my tax dollars are gonna go on the Bills Stadium, oh yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah, because it could go on much better. But I'm more pissed at the fact that our owner is only putting a couple $1 million to, and I say a couple because that's a billionaire. Okay, so don't feel bad for this guy. He's put in close $251 million out of $6 billion. What are we doing? What are we doing? Who's paying for the rest? It's gonna be us, guys.
Man.
It's gonna be us, and that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
Yeah.
Like what? You live in Buffalo, and this goes to the non-Bills fans. Oh yeah, y'all paying too. Y'all paying too, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna chew on that because that's what our city chose. That's where the tax dollars are going for Buffalo. They're gonna go to the Buffalo Bills and building that new stadium because that's what we wanted so bad. And not only that, how didn't the stadium get smaller?
Oh yeah. See, that's why I'm upset, right? I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset about it, right? I'm gonna tell you I wouldn't have been upset about it if we had a say so about this team. Us as Bills fans, us as people who just live in Buffalo, we have no say so with this team. If they want to trade this team to another or get this team away to another city or state next week, they could do that, and we can't say nothing about it. But yet we building a stadium for this team. You go to Green Bay. Green Bay is actually owned by the people who live there. And guess what? I doubt they put as much money into a stadium as we are, and we don't even own this team. We don't even have a say so.
I doubt that they chant for another team in that town. For all y'all that live in Buffalo and want to say the Bills suck, but y'all money's going to them.
And on top of that, right? We have a say so on location. That stadium should have been built on Canal Side, downtown Buffalo. Why did y'all put it right next to the old stadium?
Hello,
y'all just gonna break it down and make it a parking lot in the future? Why would you make it a parking lot when you got 40,000 less seats? So you know what that means? Prices are higher and less Bills fans are gonna be able to even get into the stadium. Season tickets are going higher.
Season ticket holders don't even get first dibs on getting season ticket holders for a new stadium. So they gotta wait like everybody else. Most of them do.
But yet, our tax dollars is going to the stadium. And then just for
49% of the Bills Bills stadium revenue is going to that. To the taxpayer dollars.
But not only that, so our taxes is going there. The tickets are more expensive, but how much does it cost for us to even get one stock into the stadium?
Oh, close to 10 bands.
So regardless, it's a lose-lose situation.
10 bands a share.
It's a lose-lose situation for us as Bills fans, as people that live in the city of Buffalo. It's a lose-lose situation. We lost all around. We just happy that the team is still here. Other than that, we ain't doing anything when it came to this whole project.
And if you were to even ask them, what am I going to get in a return? They can't even tell you that. So if you go buy a share, they can't even tell you what your return's going to be. So what's the point of even getting a share in the first place? Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Okay. The Yankee Stadium, how many chips do they have, bro? The Yankees are a staple, not just for baseball, for America. The Bronx Bombers are here to stay forever. I don't mind, bro. You want me to put my Yankees hat on? I don't mind. I don't mind. You know what should have what we should have put our taxpayer dollars on? Keeping Soto over here to the Yankees. That's what should have happened. And he's over there across the street playing for the Mets. So, but what? Yeah, go ahead.
Now I say, but even on top of that, bro, tell me one time in history when the Yankees was actually threatened to get moved out of their city. That team ain't going nowhere. That team gonna be there to the day our kids is born, to the day we die, and for the generations and generations after that.
Dude, they've been watching games out there, the construction workers over buildings, watching Babe Ruth play. They're paying, bro. I'm paying. Take $10 out of my check. Appreciate that. If we won 4 Super Bowls straight, what we're going through right now with that taxpayer deal, that would have been worth it. Because at least y'all gave us memories. But no, that didn't happen.
And I'm gonna just bring this up. Don't forget, 2 years ago, we all was stressing because they said they was gonna move the Bills to Toronto, to Canada. And we was stressing.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And y'all taking all our money and we ain't had no say so. Our team was gone if the Pagulas ain't buy it.
Goodbye, Bon Jovi. Goodbye. He's still pissed that he couldn't buy it.
Bro, that traffic will be insane downtown. But that's the point though, because all that money will go into the city. That means if we would have put the Bills team downtown Buffalo, they would have had to rebuild the Buffalo. They would have had to rebuild downtown. Make it downtown again. Our downtown is a ghost town. That would have brought in so much revenue for us for the city. But the fact that the Bill Stadium is in Orchard Park, all the revenue, we're gonna keep it a buck. We're not benefiting from pretty much none of it. But if that stadium was downtown, we would have this city would have been booming. The city would have been booming in a few years, trust me.
So it's a good way to think, Julian. Now, when I went to Cleveland, all their stadiums are literally within 2 blocks of each other, literally right next to each other. And they found a way to get everybody smoothly in and out. I just think that they're looking at it in a way where the Bills fans, we're so rampant of a fan base. Could you imagine what downtown would look like? This is going to compliment your take, Kenny. If we had an AFC Championship game in Buffalo and it was placed downtown,
it would like it would be a parade.
We won.
Like a parade.
Oh. It would look worse than Philly. And I would have to leave town because the type of life I want to live don't really go with that, with what I want to do. Because if we won, it'd be over.
Oh yeah,
it'd be over. Like, I have to protect myself from this type of craziness. I'd have to sit at home with an army cap because something's gonna break. Somebody's gonna be listening to Limp Bizkit and it's gonna give me something to break. If you know what I mean, it's gonna get crazy.
It's gonna go wild, my boy.
So they'd be like, man, we could build something downtown. Bro, have you been to a Bills game? They would trash downtown. Our trash, it would look like Skid Row outside the stadium.
Yeah.
It would look crazy.
City Hall would be on fire.
Yes.
People would be trying to climb. Cleveland, Philly fans was climbing light poles. We climbing buildings.
Kenny would be with the army with the thing at the top of City Hall with the antenna. Let's go! We here! Yo, going crazy.
Go stupid, boy.
Dude, with the Bills do-rag, bro. It'll be crazy. It would be crazy. Like, I couldn't even picture nothing like that. That's why the Bills Stadium not downtown. So I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah. No. Let's get to the last topic. It don't have nothing to do with the Bills, but hey, it's a hot thing in the sports world.
Yes. We gotta get to it, man.
Davis versus Lamont Review, man.
Man. When I tell you, I thought he was gonna kill the roach. I thought he was gonna kill the roach last night.
Nah, the roach had roach spray. He had roach spray. You know, they become immune after a while.
Yeah, he saw the tank was coming, and you know what the roaches do when it's atomic bombs coming? They survive.
Oh yeah.
So the roach survived. Not only did he survive, this dude did not gas out the entire fight.
Yeah, that was insane.
Is not gas out the entire fight. First, I want to hear what you got to say because you like boxing too, man. We both love boxing, with fans of the sport. What did you think of Saturday night?
Well,
just the fight in general.
For one, I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed myself on live because I didn't have my take on live. But I thought Lamont Roach was going to get knocked out by the 8th or 9th round because he actually went up a weight class. He's usually a 130 fighter. So he went up 5 pounds, 135. If you don't know boxing, that's a lot of weight. So he went up a class weight to go fight Davis, who's a knockout artist. who's the strongest out there, and he was eating his punches, bro. It didn't even phase him, and he moved up in weight, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I noticed that early in the fight that Davis had a lot of respect for him. Usually Davis don't have respect. He'd be walking you down. Lamont was walking him down for majority of that fight. And not only that, he stood in the center and he fought up close. He boxed him. I didn't know he could box like that. And I'm not gonna lie, he made me eat my words. I'm impressed. I honestly feel like he got robbed. Lamont won that fight. Yeah. Because let's be honest, he took a knee. You could do that in the amateurs. If you feel like something is wrong in the amateurs, that won't be considered a knockdown. But when you become a pro, when you are a professional boxer and your knee or your glove touch that ring, it's an automatic knockdown. And that's the one thing I hate about boxing is the politics. That was politics playing right in front of our faces. And people wonder why people stop watching boxing at the rate that they are. Because guess what? The judges are cheating. Fighters don't want to fight the best fighters because they're scared to lose that undefeated record. Thanks to what Floyd Mayweather had brought to the culture of boxing, nobody want to watch boxing no more. And the fact that y'all did this on a big fight card, and the whole fight card was pretty good. Nobody got knocked out. Most of the fights went all the way to the 12th round, surprisingly. And y'all ended like that with a cheat, with a robbery. I ain't like that. I think Lamont Roach showed up. He showed out. He won. And kudos, brother. You made a name for yourself, and we gonna see you on TV a lot more from now on. You did your thing, brother.
Now. I agree with the decision that it was a draw. Now, the reason why I think that is because Gervonta Davis slow walked that entire first 8 rounds of that fight. Oh, and he thought because he fought Martin, because he fought the Dominican guy, he don't fought Ryan Garcia. He got guys that slowed down as the fight went on. That, oh yeah, like just like the coaches was telling him, oh, this is the last 3 rounds, bro. Just do what you gotta do, finish it, and we out the door. They already knew that he slow walked. And Tank Davis, what you saw was him panic. Yeah. Toward the end of that fight, he did a lot of clinching, he did a lot of leaning, he did a lot of those little tactics that could chew up the clock because he knew that if he stood toe to toe with him, it wasn't gonna be going his way. For the last 3 rounds. He would have had to give up at least 2 of those 3 rounds because he wasn't gassed. He was still like Tank Davis is Tank Davis, still doing his thing. He just wasn't expecting Lamont to keep that same pace with him and keep going toe-to-toe, blow for blow with him. This dude was coming with intentions. And the one thing that really interests me a ton was seeing how Roach kept, like, he would go in, and as soon as he would go for his punch, he would immediately lean, and because he knew the counter was coming. So then Tank Davis would, and it would be so quick, it'd be boom, boom, and like it'd be so quick to the point where I'm sitting there like, man, this dude got him scouted. And to realize that they fought before in the Golden Gloves growing up, it's almost like they knew how each other's style, even though they're so far apart from that fight, you know.
And it's kind of crazy because like I knew that prior to the fight, in which I would usually take that consideration, but for some reason I didn't. Maybe because I just love Davis. Like I'm a big fan of Davis and a few other fighters, and the fact that they fought twice already, right? And one of them, Lamont Roach, got cheated. If you actually actually heard the interviews and you actually look at the fight that he go talk to, that fight that they took a point away, he actually won that fight. I ain't gonna lie. So he already beat Davis. He's gonna be technical, like he beat him yesterday. On top of that, they spar pretty often. Even that they are adults, they are spar partners for a lot of fights. Because a lot of people that he fight have Roach style, like not his style, but his speed. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you fought somebody that knew you in and out. That's why usually when Tank was trying to move all that, he knew exactly where to hit him and how fast you needed to do that punch. He was on him like this. I did not see that coming. I knew they knew each other, but I didn't know he knew him like that.
Man, his counters were filthy, man. His counters were filthy. I'm sitting there like, man, I thought Martin the last one gave him a good fight until he gassed out. And then, man, when he started going and he just kept going, I'm like, damn, like he's really giving us a run.
The last time that Davis had a fight like that was against Pitbull Cruz. And after that fight, they was like, you want a rematch? I said Gabe Davis. Davis was like, you know what he said? Hell no. He said that in the ring. He was like, hell no. He haven't fought nobody like that since till yesterday. And we seen the results. So now it's kind of it kind of got me questioning Tank Davis and how great he really is, because he really not fighting the top of the line. That's in his weight division. He have a lot of fighters that he need to get off that list, and he talk about retiring soon. Now fight them people.
Yeah, you hiding. It seems you got 30 fights in you. Okay, I know that you had a prodigy before named Money Mayweather. Floyd Money Mayweather. Say what you say about him, bro. He was a defensive savant.
Oh yeah,
he was, dude. You couldn't touch that dude. It don't matter if you ran to him, bro. He was standing in the middle and you couldn't touch him still. His percentages are still not to be touched. And he fought everybody. I don't care about the whole Manny Pacquiao. He waited till he was 40 damn near like to fight him and all that. Manny Pacquiao was still Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao was still out there fighting Timothy Bradley in his prime. And Timothy Bradley robbed him. I don't know if you remember that fight. There's guys like Pacquiao that went the distance and still won at a later age and then still got robbed. It's the politics. It brings back the politics that you say and why people don't watch boxing.
And if I'm being honest, Oscar De La Hoya, he beat Floyd Mayweather. The Drunken Fist beat Floyd Mayweather, and I honestly think Manny Pacquiao beat him. If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, that's just what I believe.
Hey,
and then Pacquiao had a fucked up shoulder that fight. So imagine he had a good shoulder. He would have spanked bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but that's my honest opinion. But he was gonna
fly. He was flying those punches, dude. Flying. Yeah. I remember him going nuts on the corner, like, dude, he's so fast.
But I will say this: he made a lot of money because he waited a long time, so the business was booming. But if he would have fought Manny in his prime, Floyd would have got up out there. He would have got him up out of there. Manny Pacquiao would have got Floyd up out of there. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But
yeah.
I about to say you have anything else to say, big dog?
No. I got one more thing. I want them to run it back.
Oh, they got to, bro.
It should have been one go to Davis, one go to Roach, and then the other one's a draw. But they said one go to Davis and then two say draw. So I didn't agree with that decision.
That would make sense, yeah.
But one that I know we didn't put on here that I also saw last night. I am a lifelong wrestling fan. And I would love to say for all the wrestling fans that are listening now that John Cena has finally turned into a bad guy. He's finally turned heel after 25 years. So, that to me was a monumental piece of history in my life as a wrestling fan. And man, was it awesome to see. It was awesome to see good storytelling that made everybody just go nuts last night.
So I have a question for you about that, right?
Yeah, what's
up? Well,
I
have two more questions, right? So
yeah,
since we talk about the wrestling, I'm gonna go back to boxing in a few, but talk about the wrestling, right? Because I haven't really been keeping up with it for the past few years.
For sure.
Which I know you're a big fan. So like prior to John Cena going, what you call it, heel,
yeah.
Like throughout, I know you usually throughout the show, like you could kind of know or feel it. Like, did you was it like that unexpected? Like it came out of nowhere, or did you kind of like feel it?
When I say it was unexpected, it was unexpected. It was like one of those things where it's hard to keep a secret nowadays with wrestling. So to see that he turned heel, it worried me when he won, because it's like I didn't like the corny antics. I didn't like the whole long sock deal. I didn't like him looking all like bleach white. Like it's just like the physical appearance. Like that's not the John Cena I grew up watching. Yeah. But man, when you put that all together, it's not the John Cena I grew up watching. The guy, The Rock in Bad Blood, he puts the 3 symbol up like this, and that's the symbol he put up to Cody Rhodes. And then he comes out in this pay-per-view, tells him he wants his soul and all this other stuff, and we just all confused. What do you mean? And then Cody tells him to go F himself. They didn't censor it or none of that. They wanted everybody to hear what he had to say. And then John Cena's just going like, yeah, like you told him to go F himself. Yeah, F the boss, whatever. And I'm thinking in my mind when John won, I'm thinking like, oh, damn, you got two good guys fighting each other. Now we as fans got to be like, oh, there's two good guys fighting each other. Then it's like, there's got to be a good and a bad guy. Like, who's going to be the heel? So when The Rock came out with Travis Scott, I'm thinking like, man, like, yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but Travis Scott came out.
No, I watched it.
And the entrance was sweet. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was sweet. You gotta check it out, dude. Check it out on Peacock. So, they got to pay me now that I said that. So go and watch that thing, man. They come out at the end of the event, it's all over, and next thing you know, he goes like, okay, now you got to decide. And John was just sitting there like, dude, decide, like, and then he told him to go F himself. John was super happy. He's like, yeah, you did it, like screw him. And then he gives Cody a hug, and then he just looks at The Rock with this demonic face. And I'm thinking like two Hollywood faces that already face each other at WrestleMania twice. And then he puts up the 3 sign months in advance. He goes on these interviews and say, yeah, no, I would have loved to turn heel. Like, all that culminated into something. I didn't even see it, bro. It was like little nuggets that it was hidden in plain sight. It was hidden in plain sight. And when it happened, I'm like, no way. No way. I know everybody. I saw reactions on YouTube and all that stuff. No way. I even saw it this afternoon because I'm in so much shock at how it looked that he gave him the low blow. Everybody started going nuts. Sold his soul to now, the whole storytelling of he sold his soul to get the number 17, the 17-time champion to beat Ric Flair's record. John Cena is the only one to tie Ric Flair's record in titles. So, yeah, he's 16-time champion, just like Ric Flair. So at WrestleMania, potentially, he could beat Cody Rhodes and be the 17-time, the only one and only 17-time world champion.
I mean, that's I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's how you go out with a bang, though, bro.
Yeah, but who said
that's crazy,
bro? What if this whole the last time is now his retirement tour? What if that's all a work?
Part of the story.
What if that was his whole thing of, oh, see, I got y'all. Y'all said my last time is now. No, my first time has just begun. Because it's been 20. I think it's 25. It's 23 years since he's been a heel. Remember, Doctor of Thugonomics is 0203. It's 2025. Time has flown by.
That's insane, bro.
You talk about the whole, like the whole 9 with the chain gang and the whole. Bro, I went through all that. Yeah. And he was a bad guy that people then turned into a good guy because he was so over. People loved him. Now he's a bad guy and people are sitting there like saying the whole "you sold out" chants and the whole like it feels like a top 5 moment as a wrestling fan when Hogan went to WCW and then created the NWO. That's how crazy it was.
So now, with that being said, prediction. What you think the script is? Do you think John Cena gonna win it?
I think it makes sense if he does. Why would you go to WrestleMania and then win? Mind you, he didn't win a match for almost 10 years. It's been like his last actual victory. His last actual victory was like mid 2010s. Like 2018, 2015, something like that. That was the last time he actually won a match. And then now he comes in, wins the Elimination Chamber because Seth Rollins comes, he curb stomps CM Punk. That's a spoiler. That's another angle to for them two to fight at WrestleMania. And then John Cena executes, puts him in a submission hold, then puts him to sleep, wins the match like that. That's his first match he wins in 10 years. He says, I'm going to WrestleMania because that's what's best for business. And then you turn into a bad guy. And then you sell your soul for the 17 championship. Bro, and the funniest part about that whole skit was watching Travis Scott slap the dog crap out of Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring. This dude picked him up, put him back down, slit his neck like this a little bit, and then slapped the dust off. And you could see Cody Rhodes' real reaction was like, damn. He went from this to laying down, slapped him, and then just turned right around like, damn, bro, you slapped me real for real. Like, bro, that shit hurt. Like, slapped the duck. Bro, he put his hand on me up. You're just...
See, now, I'm about to say, I definitely got to check that out.
You got to watch it, man. I'm watching it probably as soon as I get up off this thing, man, because it was so funny to me to watch that. And, no, I think that it makes sense now, man. I think that it's good storytelling. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, and I encourage anybody that's got suspension of disbelief to watch it and to enjoy it, because there's only a few more years that The Rock got left in the ring. A few more years that or this is potentially last year John Cena got in the ring. So appreciate it, man. Appreciate those guys for their careers.
All right, and I'm about to say I have my one last question, and it's going back to the boxing fight, right?
Yep.
And with this question is right, because you know now that Gervonta Davis got, since he's 30, 0-1, since his undefeated record is pretty much screwed. Do you think now he's gonna fight the way he want to fight instead of trying to protect that record? Do you think because of that he got that weight lifted off his shoulder, and that he's gonna come back hungry and gonna want to fight everybody?
No, I think that his type of mentality for me is like, oh, now it gives me more of an excuse to retire. Like, I don't want it to get blemished anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. Could he have beaten Ryan Garcia without the hydration clause? That's tough, bro. This dude was coming in dry. Outside of the left hook. Outside of the left hook. Because we already spoke. That's all he's got to his repertoire.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he still would have beat him. I think he still would have beat him.
Right.
Well, oh no. Know what? I'm not gonna comment on that. Because we never know. I think that'd still be a good fight. His body would have been stronger in his punches, so I can't comment on that, but
yeah,
I think that's a toss-up fight.
Yeah, we got Garcia. By the time he's back in the ring, Davis will be retired already, so that'd be a whole other thing. So, but yeah, no, it was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure. Tonight was a pleasure.
Hey man, one thing for sure, two things for sure, man. Hey man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, man, commenting, sharing. You know, at the end of the day, man, y'all give us y'all time, and that's some time that y'all can never get back. So I always appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. We trying to get back in tune, man. We've been going through some things, and which is why we haven't been on for at least a month. But now we back. We're gonna be back consistent every week. We're gonna keep y'all updated, rumors, and guess what's around the corner? The draft. And when that draft come, this show gonna be booming.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be booming.
Cause hey, if it's one thing the Bills do, we get back on the crack. That's what it is. We get back on the crack, y'all. I'm telling you straight up. We get in this period where it's dry, where it's like, damn, what we gonna talk about? What we gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. Then you go like, damn, week one's about to be like there in like a month. And then you're like, damn, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You got something to talk about. We got something to break down. And then we sitting there like, damn, it might be the year. And then we're living it. Yeah. We live in that dopamine effect. So until then, stick with us. Because we
also too, as y'all can already see, we already back on the crack. Because the faces he made when he said that was pure joy.
Yeah.
You can't fake that.
Nah.
Yeah, you can't fake that.
Dude, you can't fake being out with your boys on a Sunday morning and then pre-gaming before to go watch the game, to then go watch the game, enjoy it at the game, and then leave with a satisfaction of, man, I went to an NFL game and it was nice to have it like that experience with your friends that you then turn to family. It brings everybody together. Friends and enemies. Yeah. So it's great.
Facts. Great show, fellas. Nothing but love, man. Keep grinding. Yo, Jay Mafia, man. Hey, man. For everybody out there, man, go tune into Mafia Talk, man. Go follow them on YouTube, man. Go follow my boy on Facebook, Julian Cologne, man. Go follow my boy, man. Hey, we appreciate the love, man. Nothing but love, man. Thank you for the support as always, my dog.
For sure.
Thank you, bro. But also, too, man, hey, listen, we're going to let y'all know, we ain't forget, we still got the giveaway coming. But also on top of that, this summer is going to be very lit. Because guess what? Y'all not only gonna see us on that screen. Y'all not gonna only see us on social media. We're gonna try to get out there and go out there to them training camps and get real footage.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna put in a lot of groundwork this year. We're gonna have meet and greets. We're gonna have live shows. We're gonna have interviews. We're gonna do a lot this year. So we want y'all to be prepared. We coming with a storm. This year we're just building our foundation.
Yes,
Next
sir.
year we running on top of that foundation.
Yes,
so
sir.
be prepared. We got a lot coming for y'all. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna turn up. Hey man, everybody, man, y'all have a good night, man. We're gonna see our brothers and sisters. We're gonna see y'all next week, man. Go Bills, go Mafia, man. We out.
So we out.